Hello and welcome to Ramir Gaming's the Poro Cup 2. This is round one of 8 jam-packed rounds. It's going to be a great tournament. So for this first one, we have COGS on the blue side and Team High on the red side. I'm joined by Kalia, who's going to be the analyst for this round right here. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Saturday, got some League of Legends. I was watching the round of 8 that was going on, but now I guess it's time to do some casting for ourselves. So yeah, straight into the first round here. Luckily, teams seem to be on time, which is a nice little surprise there.
Yep, and having a look at the bans, we're going to see Nah banned out. That's a really strange one as well as Ziggs for the blue side, and High has banned out Rengar and Zillion.
Yeah, I'm absolutely not surprised to see that Rengar ban. Anybody who knows fried bacon knows you don't let him get that champion. Yeah, you do not let fried bacon play Rengar under any circumstances. Otherwise, you'll just lose the game and have a very bad time doing it. So not surprising at all to see that. The Urgot ban maybe a little bit surprising to me.
Yeah, that I'm not sure. I haven't been able to research Team High, but I don't think people main Urgot competitively. That has been the ban, and now we're seeing Jarvan being hovered by Fried Bacon. Lock that one in. That's a really high impact jungler right there.
Yeah, I'm really liking that job, and fried bacon. I dare say he's going to be playing that. I believe that is another one of his more favourite champions. So it'd be good to see him get a champion that he likes as well. And Jarvan at the moment is just absolutely terrorizing. Great zone control and really strong early ganks. Just incredible damage, and ever since his passive was changed, he's got even more damage in the early gank. So you're sort of hard pressed to find something that Jarvan isn't good at these days. He's just that great all round pick in the jungle with strong early ganks as well.
Yeah, and Rammus and Maokai now being hovered over. Those have got some really good single target crowd control early on in the game.
Yeah, I'm this already to me just looks like a pick team comp. They're just gonna have Maokai single out a target, and then Rammus is gonna roll in and taunt that same target, and they're just gonna use everything to kill that one target and continue the team fight from there. But this could also lead to a sort of AoE team fight. Both Rammus and Maokai have great AoE ultimates. Rammus' ultimate isn't really that damage heavy, but it's also a good addition to an AoE team fight with the possibility to have some strong early ganks again. Rammus is one of those people you don't really play against too much, so you never quite get a feel for where he can come from, and a Rammus powerballing up the lane at you is a very scary sight.
Yeah, and now we're talking about the AoE. Oriana being hovered, Vladimir's been locked in. Double AP comp maybe on the table there for COG.
Yeah, well, I mean, I dare say it's going to be that double AB comp. Again, this is entirely looks like an AoE team comp. They're going to have Job and Cataclysm followed up by the Vlad ultimate and the Oriana ultimate all in that little confined space. So there's certainly going to be a lot of damage. And the Vlad ultimate is a great addition to an AoE team comp. The bonus damage is just absolutely incredible, and his late game scaling is just absolutely godlike. I'm really excited to see Vladimir here. It'll be interesting to see how he does in lane against Maokai as well. Maokai probably shouldn't be able to kill him after that level 6 mark, but there's always potential for a good outplay. And Vlad's really going to struggle with getting ganked if Rammus chooses to pay a lot of attention top lane. There's just an abundance of CC up there that Vlad can't really deal with, especially early.
Now, Lucian and Yasuo have been locked in to kind of top off that pick comp. Are they going to synergize well with that?
Yeah, definitely. Yasuo, he always has that potential to make the picks for himself if he gets a good knockup. But he's also going to have the Rammus and the Maokai to lead him into those knockups. which is again gonna make for a really good Yasuo. It's always far better for Yasuo to just get the knockups given to him than have to hit them himself, and have that pressure put on him. And the Lucian is sort of just there because he's a great AD carry. I don't think he specifically fits into this team comp, but he just fits into everything. He's just a good all-round pick in almost every situation.
Yep, now Thresh Tristana's been locked in bottom lane, and it might be a Braum. That one's just being hovered at the moment. How's the Lucian going to fare against this kind of really late game composition that the blue team is bringing out COGS?
Yeah, that's always the way with the Lucian. You have to sort of be really aggressive and make those mid-game team fights happen for you, and that's where this team is really going to shine. Rammus, while he's still a good tank later on in the game, he's not going to have the same sort of threat that he has early on, and it'll all just be about that taunt. So they're going to look towards a huge mid game here, and again with the Braum, another AoE knockup for Yasuo, and they're just going to look to fight. Once it gets to about 12 minutes, they're going to look for that dragon fight. They're just going to push towers if they have ultimates up. They need to make the things happen for them. Then they sort of need to win the game, but by 12 minutes they need to have an insurmountable lead. Going on to 25 minutes, it's where the Vladimir and the Tristana is really going to shine. And Orianna, as the game gets later and later, her ultimate is just going to start hitting you for half your health, so you really have to try and end the game early here if you're purple team.
It seems they've got a triple threat comp. COGS on the blue side with the Tristana, Vladimir, and Orianna. Is that the case?
Yeah, that is kind of the case. Tristana's always going to be that huge late game threat. Orianna is weird in the way where she's a threat herself if she gets rolling, but you can quite easily just use her for the big team fight setups as well. And it's very interesting what blue team have done here. I think they're going to have a really good time this game. It looks like to me they're just gonna try and not lose too hard in the first 10-15 minutes of the game, and then going on 25-30 minutes, their team comp's just gonna shine through for them, and they'll choose a team fight at Baron about 35 minutes in the game, take the Baron and win from there, which is what their game plan going into this is, and it's gonna be up to purple team to disrupt that and make the plays happen for themselves. So the pressure is on blue team. They don't really have. The pressure's on purple team. Blue team don't really have to make any plays to go forward in this game. They've just got to do their thing, get their farm up, and survive the mid game. And the pressure is, as I said, on purple team to not let that happen and finish it in the mid game.
And does Team High on the red side, do they have the tools that they need to set up these mid-game early skirmishes and to get their lead rolling? And who's really going to be maybe one or two champions in particular that are going to be pushing them?
I think they're really going to look to get their Yasuo fed. That to me seems like what their comp is based around. Getting that Yasuo a couple of early kills. Rammus obviously has the knock-up on his Powerball, which is absolutely crucial for something that Yasuo likes to do, and Yasuo needs that. And if you can get that knock-up onto Orianna, followed up by the Yasuo, followed up by a taunt, she's very survivable, but she's not going to survive that. And so, I think purple team are really going to look to get that Yasuo going. He's got great low cooldown abilities, and he's able to single-handedly carry a game if he gets ahead early. And they then have the Maokai to be that beefy tank. They've got the Braum to get in his way, and then they've got the Lucian just slotted in there nicely. If he gets going, great. If not, he's always that consistent AD carry. So purple team, I think they'd be feeling pretty comfortable with their picks at this stage, but it's whether or not they can play the picks properly and bring their game plan to fruition to see if this comp will work for them.
Yep, just a little under a minute now before we get into this game. And having a look at the summoners, there's a teleport top lane for KHR Sky. Fried Bacon, it seems, isn't jungling. He's going to be in the top lane on that Vladimir, maybe in the mid lane, actually. I'm not sure. I think they want Oriana there, but Fried Bacon, Vladimir, and KHR Sky, there's no teleport for Fried Bacon. Is he going for early kills against the Maokai?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. It's, the Ignite is there, it gives a lot more kill potential, and Vlad generally does very well up against any sort of melee heroes, but the Maokai is, someone who you kind of accept isn't going to dominate his lane, and I think that's why they picked the Vlad. As well as it fitting well into the team comp, you can you sort of know that no matter what happens going into this game, Maokai is not going to dominate his lane, so you can just pick a farming champion up against that, and you won't really have any issues. Maokai understands that, that's why he's gone with the teleport. He'll make something happen elsewhere on the map, but Vlad's just going to look to put that pressure on him and force him to not get that farm, which I think Maokai is probably going to struggle to farm a bit. Come level 12, if they're still in laning at that point, Maokai just won't be able to go anywhere near Vlad. So, Maokai is sort of going to lose that lane anyway, but Vlad's just got that Ignite, so levels 1 to 6 he can sort of look for maybe a kill, but it's more just to say, hey, if you go on me, all of a sudden got this extra, 180 true damage. How are you going to deal with that, bro?
Yep, I don't think the Haunted Maokai is going to be able to deal with that. And once Vladimir does get going really and gets that first spell vamp item, he's going to be a split pushing menace, but maybe also a team fighting menace. Almost loaded in now. This is the blue side COGS versus High, the red side. And let's talk a little bit about the Rammus jungle and Jarvan jungle matchup. How that one's going to play out as the game goes on.
It's kind of intriguing, and I think this is probably the large reason you don't see Rammus as much as you see someone like Jarvan. Early game, they both fulfill the same role. They're both strong early gankers, pretty good CC, and a fairly decent amount of damage as well in that early game. But Jarvan then has other things outside of that he can do, and he scales well into late game because he brings utility to the team. And while Rammus does that, he doesn't do that as well. So the pressure is on Rammus in this matchup to make things happen for his team early, whereas Jarvan, if he can make things happen, he has the potential to, but it's not a disaster if he doesn't. Whereas if Rammus goes into the 15-minute mark 0-0-0, you're going to be very, very worried for his team. And Rammus needs to get the snowball rolling. He needs to get those early ganks off. He needs to get someone on his team fed so then they can have that impact late game that he's not going to have.
Rammus definitely does need to get rolling. And there's only one single target CC ability in for Team High. That's the Maokai Twisted Advance, that route. And is Rammus going to be looking for that to gank that top lane because of that, or maybe somewhere else as well?
Yeah, again, like I said, I touched on it earlier in Champs, like, that Rammus is probably going to look towards that top lane to help out his Maokai, because Maokai, I think, is really going to struggle in that lane. And so, if Rammus can then give him that sort of assistance in that top lane that he's going to need, and if he can get ahead of Vlad, he can maybe look to push him out for a little while and slow down Vlad's farm, but eventually Vlad's just going to outscale the Maokai. So it'll be interesting to see what Rammus does, but he has two choices. Either he goes middle and gets Yasuo going for late game, or he goes top and stops Vlad's late game. So there is choices. I would probably lean to more towards getting Yasuo going, but it'll just be interesting to see how he chooses to play it out. I think they're both maybe going to work if he pulls them off, but the Yasuo is maybe just a little bit more guaranteed.
Oh, Cloud's going for the Scar Ward. He misses it though. Oh, but they auto-attack the ward. All 5 of them have been spotted out. Auto-attacking from a brush does reveal inside the bush. And they don't have any wards on the rest of the map. Now they're going to have to make sure they can protect that blue bucket. Maokai is looking to get some vision over there.
Yeah, Maokai is sort of... Once they realized that that the red team knew where they were, they then needed to get their own vision down on the map so they could secure their own buff. Obviously Maokai's, got that ward down now, so Rammus can maybe look to invade. I very much doubt it though. That's not something you've ever seen Rammus do, and there's a pretty good reason for that. Rammus, he doesn't have the quickest early clear time. Jarvan's certainly going to clear faster than him, so it'll then be down to whether or not Maokai and Yasuo can hit level 2 early enough to go pressure that buff. So, while the ward's there, it's just sort of going to let them know where Jarvan is. They can't really make any plays of it, but it's going to keep them safe.
Fairly standard jungle start. Rammus is starting on the blue buff and Jarvan starting on the red buff. Both at the bottom side of the map. Maybe they're heading up to this top side where the early pressure is going to be like you were saying before. Rammus is going to be looking to keep his Maokai team fighting guy alive against Pride Bacon, a challenger tier player on the Vladimir.
Yeah, while I think Jarvan might look to head towards the top lane, I feel like Rammus might stray away from that a little bit more and look to just gank mid from the top side. Counter ganking as Rammus Maokai up against Vlad Jarvan is more than likely not going to work for you. You just don't have any damage in that duo. So I don't think they'll look for that 2v2 fight at top lane. But you can see it already. Vlad's just taken a dominance in this lane. He's not scared of Maokai. He's already 8 CS, and so far Maokai hasn't taken much damage, and he's just sort of been pushed to his tower. But Vlad's perfectly fine with that. Vlad is absolutely loving this matchup in the way it's going at the moment.
Looking to the mid lane though, Jarvan on the way, looking for a gank, spotted out immediately by a ward. The Cal staying safe in this lane. He's playing Yasuo fairly well. He's already got a bit of a health discrepancy. KH Cloud steering away there on that Rammus Powerball rolling in, and now damage being trained a little bit back. In this mid lane, what's the matchup really like? You see the Yasuo winning it. Is that what's expected?
A little bit. I don't think individually the matchup sort of favors anybody. Yasuo kind of wins level 1 to 4, and then Orianna, if she gets some more levels, is able to harass him out of lane. Oh!
On the bottom lane, hook onto KHR Thunder. First blood for Golden Fu, that late game Tristana, one of the triple threat champions. She's already got a kill.
Yeah, and that's dangerous. Yasuo's gone ahead on mid lane though.
Ascension now counter ganking the Connie the Cow. The damage returned as it's KHR Cloud going to be the other one counter ganking in the mid lane. But he has to back away. A return kill. No. 2 kills to 0
Dive
now.
bottom lane.
Well, back to the bottom lane. Lucian's been slain. Both are dying to turrets. No, just one. Tristana gets out alive. She's now 2-0. Lucian goes back to base, and Tristana's going to farm an entire wave for herself.
Yeah, well, Tristana's not really worried about the farm at this point. She's already got 2 kills. 5 minutes into the game. She's going to be sitting pretty on almost BF Sword's worth of gold already. And that's something that you really hate to see as the Lucian in this matchup. He did get the kill on the Thresh for himself, but this is not how they would have pictured the lane going in Champion Select, and it's certainly not how they want the lane. And at top lane we can see...
Wow, Fried Bacon takes a lot of damage, but this one seems all planned. It's Sky that's going to go down, and it's kills all around the map. There's been one at least in every lane now. A really dominant performance by COG.
Yeah, they're absolutely dominating across the map. Like you said, the top lane, Maokai was doing great in that lane, and then he ran out of mana, which is something that Vlad really doesn't have to worry about for himself. But a gank in the mid lane now.
Cloud's coming in. There's no flash available for Orianna. They keep smacking and pounding, but here's the counter gank. Quintessential looking for the turnaround kill. Knockout does hit, but he's so low. One mortar, and there it is. He goes down in this mid lane, and now the Rammus, who's 0-0, the dreaded. But he's taunting under turret. Hold on a moment. That's 1 turret shot, but there's not going to be 2. And it's 5 kills now to 1.
Yeah, and Yasuo and Rammus just not having the damage to kill Orianna before Jarvan can show up. Jarvan, absolutely great positioning there, is able to save his mid laner from going down. Definitely would have worked if Jarvan wasn't there, but that's all hypothetical. Jarvan was there, he's able to turn it around. And now that Yasuo is really going to start to struggle in lane. Orianna, while she hasn't picked up those kills, she does have the assists, which is great. But she's also had the time in lane after Yasuo's been in the grave to get that EXP and to get those minion kills. And Orianna is really, probably won't need Jarvan in that lane.
Oh, Mad Life Hook in the bottom lane though. KHR Storm's dealing the damage back onto the Tristana's Fork. Kind is a little bit out of position now. He should be able to back away from this one. But, oh no, hold up, he's stunned up. One more to attack, there it is. It's a kill on the bottom lane for Team High. Wow, Flash double kill. But back into the mid lane, it's a gank as the Orianna's going to use Shockwave. It's not going to be enough. Steel Temper's taken down. Kills all around the map. Is in the bottom lane, one is returned. But now it's 6-4. The gold lane evened up a little bit. It's under 2k.
Yeah, Lucian's going to be really happy with those 2 kills. It is going to help him out a bit. He's just shy of getting a BF sword, which is really gonna eat away at him. He's probably so sad right now. He wanted that extra 200 gold, and while he did find those kills on Tristana, she's probably still a little bit ahead in this lane just because she has the item discrepancy. Even though Lucian probably has more gold, yeah, we look at it, Lucian does have more gold, but Tristana's got the gold invested into items, whereas he's just holding on. Dive at top lane though.
Yep, Vladimir's just going to use that pull to get out safely, and the flash was used, but Hemoplague damage applied after the time is up. That takes him down, even though he did use flash to try and get away from that one.
Yeah, and this Vlad is just uncontrollable at this point. There's nothing Maokai can do in the 1v1. I don't think Rammus can do anything 2v1 to him either. Vlad is already at that point where he's not really going to be stoppable by Rammus and Maokai. It's going to take Yasuo to go up there as well, and even then, they might still lose one. So Vlad is definitely in a dominant position, and I spoke about this early game, but purple team or red team here, they really do need to make the plays happen early for them, and so far it's been the other way around. Rammus coming in for a gank in mid lane though.
A lot of minions though, but the flash engage, and now last breath is used, and Orianna is taken down immediately. Another rotation into this mid lane. There's 3 members. What are they looking for? It might be bottom lane, it might be a dragon on top of that one kill.
Yeah, they kind of have to go for the kills at bottom lane because they're so overextended, and they know it, and they know that the summoner spells it down as well.
Yep, the taunt onto Golden Fu, and Thresh is playing and death sentencing. He's doing all he can, but it shouldn't be enough. Stunner goes down, and now Fork Kind's on the run. Knockup does connect. Stun was also there, but he flashes out of that one alive. Jarvan finally showing up where he needs to be. He was just sort of one step behind, whereas in the past 9 minutes of this match, he seemed to be one step ahead.
Yeah, Jarvan not able to rotate as quickly as Rammus is. Kind of the story of how these 2 matchups go in the jungle. Rammus did manage to secure his team 2 kills, it's nice. He did fall down and give his double buffs to Thresh though, and that's to me would indicate that Rammus needs to make a return trip to this bottom lane and get those double buffs back. So I'd really like to see him do that, and it looks like he's going to try, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to. There are blue wards everywhere on the bottom side of that river. Yep,
Jarvan knows he's coming, and so does bottom lane. And he does seem to back away. It seems like he knew that ward was there. A little bit of intuition. He's backing away. The white camp's actually perfectly pinned out there, but they know exactly where he is. He's not going to be rolling into this bottom lane too easily. No ward in the lane though. Maybe he's going to be looking for that.
Yeah, and the flash is still down from the bottom lane, and here we go.
Yep, stun does hit onto Golden Fu. Exhaust is being used. They're going to be taking this one down, it seems. Cloud is doing exactly that. He's up the lane. One more kill for Lucian, and that's 4. Fork Kind down as well. 2 more kills in this bottom lane. This is a real area of focus for the whole of Team High.
Yeah, and now that they've secured those kills back, they're going to be pretty happy with themselves. Rammus obviously getting his double buffs back, he's going to love that. Lucian managed to get another kill, and he didn't go down for it. But, while all this is great for the bottom lane, Vlad is just busy being unstoppable at top lane. He's kept Maokai down to 37 CS at 11 minutes. While CSing find himself, and now Yasuo's going to come in for a gank. But I'm not sure what he can do here.
It is 1v3 when Rammus arrives, with Pride Bacon is playing this one like he can win it. He's going to try and get away. He does use Flash. KHR Cloud looking for the taunt. They still want to fight, but they're split. He's got not much available now. He really is just on the run. The red buff slow. Flashes have used. I think that was just the Yasuo. That might be enough for a Shockwave to get a return kill. Quintessential looking for this now. Connie the cow, he's in a bit of trouble. He's trying to do some crazy moves, but the shutdown gold goes onto Ascension. Wow, he's been picking up all the kills. He's 4-0.
Yeah, Jalen's doing really well for himself, but you know he's almost always been right where his team needs him, which is more important. He's not only secured that gold for his own team, but he's also stopped 2 or 3 kills going over to the other team. So he's sort of making a huge impact in the gold. Not only securing gold for his team, but denying gold from the other team. And 4-0, this is sort of the point where you like to see Jarvan build a little bit of damage since he's doing so well. So we'll see if he goes into maybe a Brutalizer. He might just choose Armor though to try and shut down the big threats of this red team, which is something we didn't touch on. But both of their threats are physical damage, so a lot of armor is really going to shut down their team comp.
Here's the collapse. He manages to get away with Flag and Drag though. Gets spotted out, chilling in the red side jungle there. And manages to get out of that one safely. Rammus though, now looking for this mid lane. Fried Bacon's starting to make his presence known around the map. This is really troublesome. Looks like Team High doesn't know what to do about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure there's much they can do. They need Maokai to catch up. Actually, a fight at bottom lane there.
Oh, Kinda's tanking everything up, and he's should go down. KHR Storm, the heal was used. They're running away as fast as they can, but here comes the Rammus, and now in the mid lane, Fried Bacon gets a kill for himself. He's so far ahead of everyone in the game. He's probably the strongest member of the entire map right now. Lucian and Vladimir, they seem to be the MVPs for their team at the moment in terms of how much gold and items they've got. How's that going to play out? Oh, but wait, Cloud's jumping on Fried Bacon. He's trying to go for the 1v1, but Vladimir has so much spell vamp. There's the Hema Plague, an auto attack, and they get to finish him off.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure there's much left that they can do to deal with this Vlad. He is definitely going to be unstoppable. They've even rotated Orianna up to that top lane because she's been struggling getting ganked in the mid lane. They've decided to put Vlad middle lane. He's so strong that it is definitely going to take that flash Rammus gank to kill him, as well as the Yasuo ult. So you can see him here. He's got about 600 health. He's not scared of the Yasuo. He eats the knock-up, just standing there laughing. That's how strong he is at this point. He's not fearful of anything.
Yeah, he's very confident in his own ability. Now the Dragon, it's going to be a little bit of an extension of the fact that COGS know they're stronger right now. They're taking the gold all around the map, picking up that Dragon for themselves. They're going to go back to base. And it looks like Vladimir's going to complete his Wota. Wow, he's been doing that with only a few little items.
Now he's haunting guys, yeah.
Let's get the
You can sort of tell which build Vlad's going to go for as soon as he buys his boots. And because he's chosen the spell pen boots, he's going for the earlier presence in game. He's not going to be quite as strong late game, but already he's able to kill people, and you can see that thanks to the magic pen. Vlad actually has really good base damage, especially on his E. I forget the name of the ability now, but it scales so nicely with using it multiple times that just buying magic pen is one of the best stats for Vlad to get. And now he's got the health as well, so it's hard to see him dying at this point. They're gonna go for a gank on Orianna though.
Yep, Flash Twisted Advance catches her in the push, even though she flashed herself. Cloud taunting up there. Shockwave cooldown wasn't used this there. We saw the animation, but that one's still available for a team fight. It really seems that Vladimir is kind of who's strong on COGS right now, as well as Jarvan. And while their team has a gold lead, Are they going to be able to make use of that as four people rather, on top of Fried Bacon now? This is a real test. And he's dealing so much damage to the AD carry, but he goes down anyway. Completely out of position. He was laughing in mid lane before, and now he's proxy farming and bot goes down for his trouble.
Well, Vlad is nearly unstoppable. I don't think he's quite at the point where he can 1v5 yet. As you said, just so unbelievably out of position. Flying between two towers. Tristana now caught by the Maokai Twisted Advance.
Yep, she's getting slow, but just jumps out of that one safely. That jump wasn't interrupted. They don't have a Thresh Blade to make any crazy moves there. But now, in the bottom lane, Shockwave available. Orianna can't get in range. In the mid lane, we just had a little bit of a skirmish as well with Intercention. And Connie the Cow, that's the guy we were talking about. They need to get this Yasuo going. It seems to be the focus of their team comp, and he hasn't. 4-4-1. He's quite far behind in CS, and he's only got a static shift at the moment.
Yeah, I think, you know, ordinarily they'd be happy with Yasuo having 4 kills, but the fact that Vlad has 4 kills as well as Jarvan sort of negates the fact that Yasuo is doing well, because, you know, one champion's doing well on the red team, but 2 champions are doing well on blue team, so, you know, despite the fact that he is sort of going, he does have a pretty decent early build. It's not enough to cancel out how strong Vlad and Jarvan are.
What is it that Team High can do? We see the grouping in this bottom lane and the siege coming out as Vladimir split pushes, and so far, whenever COGS has been the one to initiate a movement like this, killing the mid lane there, just picking up another one for himself, it worked.
I think blue team is going to dive the red team here. They feel that confident in themselves. They're going to bring Vlad over and they're just going to go. And realistically, there's not a real reason why they shouldn't. They're always going to struggle getting engaged on if Vlad is...
Vlad just put out Firewall, so they are aware of it.
I'm not sure if Fried Bacon is really going to care though. I honestly think the red team is still just going to go this. They're going to have Jarvan initiate. They'll wait for them to step out of position trying to defend this tower, and then they'll just go. And there you have it.
Yep, Jarvan does have flash available. Shockwave onto 3 of them. Now Thresh is trying to engage as well. The health bar's just ticking down one by one. That's 3 kills already. Like you said, they dive in that turret. And now Golden Foo's poking away at that turret. They're trying to take that down as well, but not before they get a Connie the Cow. He's so squishy. Cataclysm for the kill there. Now 5, 1, and 4. Oven goes down, but they're going to get this bottom lane turret as well.
Yeah, and, you know, it's kind of over. I hate to be a naysayer, but when you've got the mid-game team comp and you're losing fights under your tier 2 tower at 19 minutes, it's hard pressed to see what you can do to come back from this game. You gotta try and make picks, but unfortunately, you know, blue team has just sort of been playing too well to let that happen. But now we see Orianna, she's gonna get taken down.
Speaking of picks, Flash Taunt, Lucian picks up that kill. He's now 6-3-2, but the fact that he's the AD carry, he's not the front line. There's no one that's able to tank up this Vladimir and keep him safe.
Rammus is looking for more.
Yep, it's Fault Kind though. He's so tanky. Might be enough to take him down. Does get that kill, but you're saying before it's over, has your opinion changed on that one at all?
I mean, the 2 kills are certainly nice, but it's not enough to change how this game's been playing out. If they can pick Vlad, that'd be nice.
Yep, but he just does pull to get out of this one. That turret diving, don't they want to do that, Nathan? So they're backing away from this one. They are in the mid lane. This is the last outer turret on the blue side. They want to take it down, but they simply can't against Fried Bacon.
Yeah, pulling out of that dive was definitely the safe play from red team, but when the game's going this way, I don't think it's the safe plays that you have to make. And, you know, getting that Vlad off the field for 30 seconds is gonna be more important than you realize. If you can kill Vlad, all of a sudden the game changes immensely, and you can maybe look to take a dragon, and you can maybe look to take a tower. So, you know, killing Vlad then leads into a huge amount of gold for your team, and that's sort of what you need to do, and they're the picks that you need to make happen. You need to kill, and then you need to get something out of that kill. That's, you know, a good objective. You need to take dragon or tower, like I said, and you can't really do those things if you just pick off Thresh. It's not really, it's a pick, but it's not the pick you need, and you know, you kind of have to make plays when you're behind, and that's something that is so hard to do, and so many people can't, you know, get that through their head. But you have to go like this.
Yep, he's on top of the tank though. That's Fortkind. Knockup doesn't hit. Shockwave onto 2 people. And now Cataclysm's jumping on everyone. Storm, the 80k with all the kills. He's got the Infinite Edge and he's dealing a lot of damage. He's still alive as the Maokai tank line is working. Quintessential's on the back line though. He's looking for the assassination. Gets it. Golden Fu's resetting. Golden Fu gets 1. Golden Fu gets 2. Is he going to get 3? Shy is running away. And it looks like won't be able to get that one. Maybe. And yeah, they do get that kill. And now it's an ace. Again, the second ace of the game for COGS. They're getting in an inner turret now in the mid lane. It seems to be all over, really.
Yeah, and despite that not working out for the red team, I really like their attempt to make that play happen. They recognized Vlad wasn't there, and Vlad's actually now just going under the infant tower.
Yep, he's going for Connie the Cow again. He's got so many kills onto that guy. KHR Cloud's going down, but the turret is being tanked by the 80k shutdown gold. As the push kind of just fizzled out there as they got really, really aggressive.
Yeah, the respawn timers aren't long enough for you to push into the base just yet, but you know, they're not going to be too bothered by it. They have the late game team, so they're okay with the game going for another 5 minutes. When you're 11k gold up, it's not really that big of a deal. Actually, Lucian just stole that blue away. That was quite nice.
Yeah, though it's not that they don't spot the picks. It's just they're a little bit scared of and rightfully so, of the Vladimir and of the strong members of COGS at the moment, and they spot everything, but like you're saying, that's really the only one kind of comeback play that they've gone for that was a little bit risky. They spotted Vlad wasn't there. Do you think that'll happen again? Do you think that maybe Fried Bacon will make a potential mistake coming into the next 5 minutes of this match?
Yeah, maybe, but it's not going to be a game-ending mistake. When you're 11k gold up, you have the sort of leeway to do those kinds of things. And I didn't get to finish the point, but I did really like that play from Red Team. They're the sort of things that you need to do, and the plays that you have to make when you're behind to try and get yourself back into the game. And despite it not working, that was still a really good play, and it very nearly did work for them. For a second there, I thought, oh god, they've actually pulled it off, but unfortunately, Jarvan is just a little bit too strong. Having only physical damage as damage threats on your team is really going to hurt you.
And it's hurting Connie the Cow right now. He's got called out, taken down, gets sent, dodging the little wind wall right there. And now they're looking for the inhibitor turret. Culling is being used, trying to clear the minion waves. I don't think they're going to care though. They're going to keep hanging around and keep looking for this turret.
Yeah, and it's going to be really hard to break the siege. Tristana's now starting to get those levels in. She's got that huge range starting to build up. Fried Bacon is able to just take damage and, you know, not really care in the grand scheme of things. They're going in.
Yep, Death Sentence onto KHR Storm. He's the 80 carry, and the knockup hitting from Glacial Fizzer, but the shockwave picks all of them up, and now Golden Fu's shooting them all down. Fish in a barrel, really. Double kill for them. Connie the Cow's back. Did he just go down before? I don't know, but he's taken down anyway. That's a third ace of this game. This is a huge commanding lead now. The COGS are taking the inhibitor, and death timers, is it going to be enough to get the game just yet?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. They're going to try for it, and it might be. They will probably be able to get both Nexus Towers. I'm not sure if they'll be able to finish the game, but it's going to be close. They're going to try for it. No reason not to, but they just get the Nexus Towers and back off. They'll come back in 30 seconds once they've bought their items and finish the game then. And unfortunately, you know, for Red Team, it was a nice try, but the game just did not go their way. Jarvan really had that impact for his team early that he needed to have, and Vlad just completely dominated his lane one-on-one. There's not much more you can say about that. Vlad just absolutely commanding in top lane, and there's not much Milk I can do about it on a good day, but unfortunately today wasn't his day, and you saw him completely just get shot down up there. 37 CS at 11 minutes is really not something that you can come back from.
And look, I mean, Fried Bacon, he's a challenger player. He's the only challenger player in this match. I believe there might have been a Diamond as well. But Cogs, with that really good mechanical player in the top lane, was taking advantage of that, and he snowballed, and he took that snowball, that power all around the map after he just kind of shut down entirely the Maokai, which really is the front line for a mid-game team. And while he was able to tank out in that mid-lane fight that I think it was the one you really liked, that they'd gone for that play, the team kind of got a little bit out of it. Quintessential around in the back there, and he's so strong right now. He's got some damage, he's got huge tankiness because he realizes the rest of his team are the late game damage threats, and it might be a team fight breaking out.
Yeah, you will not kill this Jarvan as red team at this stage. He will tank their 5 members forever. 300 armor and forget how much health, but 3,300 health. Realistically, you have to do about 12k physical damage to kill him, and you're just not going to be able to do that much damage before the rest of his team kills you first. So Jarvan's almost unkillable. Vlad very survivable as is, but once he gets that AP up, he's able to get that huge health pool going. He's got a Rylance on top of that. Really nice.
This is really dangerous. They haven't checked it yet. There's the check, and they're jumping away. Fresh guessing it doesn't quite hit. And a split up now. It looks like Cogs is going for the open Nexus.
I think they could just right-click the Nexus and go AFK at this point. Realistically, it's how far ahead they are. Jarvan's still trying to make the plays. He tried for the flash knock-up, but didn't quite land it. But now they're going to look to kill this Nexus, and I'm not sure they can stop them.
Yep, they're definitely right-clicking that Nexus, but they're desentencing everyone. Shockwave, wow, so much AoE. Sky the tank, he's going to be going down as well. Lucian in the back line on that fountain goes down. Triple kill for Fried Bacon, and the Nexus to go with that.
Yeah, and that's been coming for quite a while now. Unfortunately for the Pearl team, as I said in Champions Select, the pressure was on them to make the early game theirs and to push that through the mid game and look down the game that way. But Jarvan and Vlad just too dominant in the early game to even let that happen. And we saw glimmers of that happening. Rammus got some really good ganks off in mid lane, got Yasuo a couple kills. The bottom lane from Red Team did really well. Despite losing those 2 kills, they still played their lane really well and managed to bring that back. And I would say, maybe even won that lane despite losing 2 kills at 5 minutes, which is incredible. But unfortunately, Vlad and Jarvan just carried the team through, and the scoreboard reflects sort of the story of this game. Tristana was there, she did well. Thresh was there, he did great. Orianna did pretty good, hit some great shockwaves, but it's really just Jarvan and Vlad who solo won this game for their team almost.
Yep, so that's round 1 of Rhyme Gaming's the Poro Cup 2. Thank you very much for joining us. Round 2 is coming up just in a moment, as do wait for all the other games to finish. This was a rather quick one. Thanks for watching round 1. Round 2 will be here shortly.